Let's take a look at today's lesson, which is on solving equations with variables on each side of the equation. The objective today says I can solve equations with variables on one or both sides. Today we're focusing on the both sides part of that. The instructions here say solve the equation using algebra tiles, then solve it on paper. We're not going to be using algebra tiles here in the video, but we probably will be using some in class. So let's just solve this with pencil and paper. You'll notice this equation we have does have variables or a variable on both sides. We have 4x on this side and 2x on that side. Remember, the goal of solving an equation is to get x by itself on one side of the equation so we can see what it equals. But when you have x on both sides like this, you can't get x by itself on just one side. So step number one today with these equations, with where they're at this point, is going to be to eliminate the variable on one side of the equation. And we have in parentheses there that it's usually best to get rid of the one that is smaller. So we can't have x on both sides. We're going to get rid of either 4x or 2x. Because 2x is less, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. So to get rid of 2 and the x all in one move here, if this is a positive 2x, you will subtract 2x from both sides. So let's go over here, subtract 2x, go to the other side, and subtract 2x from something we can actually subtract 2x from. In other words, we're looking for a like term over here that we can subtract 2x from, which is that 4x right there. Let's go ahead and write the result underneath step number 2 here. 4x minus 2x is 2x. There's a plus 2 over there on that side as well. Then your equal sign. 2x minus 2x cancels out, and then this 8 here is also still on the other side of that equal sign. Now we're going to do, this is basically just a two-step equation now, so we're going to isolate the variable using inverse operations. You guys know how to solve these by now. First thing we'll get rid of is what we can get rid of with addition or subtraction. So we're going to subtract 2 on each side, giving us 2x equals 8 minus 2 is 6. And then you just divide by 2 on each side, and x equals 3. Step number 3 today is to check the solution by plugging into both sides. What we're looking for is to make sure that the two sides really do come out to be equal. So we found, or at least we found, that the solution is 3. So we're going to try now, anywhere where we see x in the equation, we're going to plug in 3 and see if the two sides come out equal. So this is 4 times x, but since we found out that x is 3, that'll be 4 times 3, which is 12, and 12 plus 2 is 14. I like to go ahead and write the number above it so I know what this side is. 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 plus 8 is also 14. So those two sides do come out to be equal there. So we know that our answer of x equals 3 is correct. We're going to be working with some algebra tiles in class, so we're going to skip this section for now. Let's flip over to the back side and do the together problems here. The first one is 2x plus 5 equals x minus 3. So we're looking to, again, the first step today is to eliminate the variable on one side of the equation. We can't get rid of both of them, but we can get rid of one of these two. We've got x and 2x. We're working today to get rid of the one that is less. It really would work to get rid of either one, but it's going to be easier usually to get rid of the one that's less. So this is a positive x. We're going to subtract x to cancel it out. Let's go over here to the other side of the equation and subtract x from a like term that we can actually subtract x from. This will cancel out, but 2x minus 1x is just 1x, or we'll just write that as x plus 5 equals negative 3. And then it's just a one-step equation now, so we're going to subtract 5 on each side. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Let's check that out and make sure that's correct. So we're going to plug in negative 8 here and negative 8 there. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. Negative 16 plus 5 is negative 11. And over here, negative 8 minus 3 is also negative 11. So both those sides come out to be negative 11. As long as they're equal, it doesn't matter what the number is, as long as they're equal, we know that our solution is correct there. All right, number 2. Negative x plus 3 equals 2x minus 3. So this time we have, again, our equation that has variables on both sides. We're looking at these to figure out which one to eliminate. We're going to eliminate the one that's less, which is going to be that negative x. The opposite of negative x would be a positive x, or to add x. We'll go over here and add x over here where we have a like term to do that. This cancels out here and we get 3 equals 2x plus x, or 2x plus 1x is 3x. We bring down our minus 3 there. So again, it's just a two-step equation now to solve for x. We're going to add 3 here and add 3 there. It's going to cancel out. 3 plus 3 is 6 equals 3x. X is being multiplied by 3, so you need to divide by 3 as your final step there. I'll write this over here. X equals 6 divided by 3 is 2. So now we're going to check to see if 2 is a good answer or not. So we'll put that in there and right there. Now when we plug this in, it's got a minus sign in front of it, or a negative sign. So it's going to become negative 2 when we plug that in. And negative 2 plus 3 would be positive 1. Here, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 3 is also 1. So our answer checks out. We're ready to move on to number 3. Number 3 is 2x minus 1 equals 4x plus 5. All right, here we've got our two variables on each side. We've got 2x and 4x. We're going to eliminate the one that is less. So we're going to subtract 2x. Subtract 2x from this side over here where we have another x term. These are going to cancel out over here, and we have negative 1 left on that side. 4x minus 2x is 2x, and then we have this plus 5 there. So this is a two-step equation now, trying to isolate x. So again, x is on the right side. You need to subtract 5 here. Go over to the other side of the equal sign and subtract 5 there. This will cancel out. Negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6, and on this side we still have 2x. If x is being multiplied by 2, you have to undo that by dividing by 2 to cancel that out. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. Let's try that out and see if negative 3 works here. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 minus another 1 would be negative 7. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 5 is also negative 7. So, looks like our solution of x equals 3 is good to go. Number 4, the last one here that we'll do on the video is 3x plus 7 equals negative 2x minus 3. All right, so we've got 3x and negative 2x. We're going to get rid of the one that's less, which is going to be the negative one. So we're going to add, to cancel that out, add 2x, both sides. 3x plus 2x is 5x. Plus 7 equals, this cancels out, negative 3. And we have our two-step equation left here, so get rid of that plus 7 by subtracting 7. That gives us 5x equals negative 10, it looks like. X is being multiplied by 5, so divide by 5, and x equals negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. So negative 2, let's check this last one and make sure that's right. It's negative 2. Negative 2. Let's see, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Negative 6 plus 7 is positive 1. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and 4 minus 3 is positive 1. So both those sides came out to be positive 1. X equals negative 2 is correct. All right, we'll do some more work with this in class, but hopefully this gives you an idea of how to solve equations that have variables on both sides.